Hey everybody, Nate Lee here, and I'm here to answer the question that is on a lot of people's minds at the beginning of a new year. You have these goals to learn to be a better player, and you're starting to wonder about your gear. You know, do I need a different fiddle? Do I need to change my strings? And do I need to rehair my bow? So if you're wondering if you need to rehair your bow, then the answer is probably yes. You need to rehair your bow at least once a year. Even if you don't use your bow, the bow hair degrades over time, and so you need to rehair it. You could take your bow and put it in the closet and never use it for a year, and when you pull it back out again, it's time to get a rehair if you want optimal sound. Now, you can play a long time on old bow hair. When I started my career, I was your stereotypical broke musician, and I would go a long time without rehairing my bow, but the tones suffered every time, and eventually those hairs are going to start breaking too. And unless it's going to be a hardship to you, you really need to get your bow rehaired at least once a year. If you play a lot, then 2 or 3 times a year is going to be the answer. There's a little bit of an investment. You know, it usually costs about $75, but it is so worth it. So how do you know if you need to rehair your bow? To start with, you can look at it, and there's some signs. So if you have a bunch of dirt up here, you know, this usually happens for people who hold their bow with the Franco-Belgian hold. Get a bunch of dirt up here. If there's been time for a bunch of dirt to accumulate here, then your bow hair is probably also old. So that's one thing. The big one for me that I watch for, though, is if my bow is not getting traction. I feel my bow slipping, I put more rosin on it, and it just still slips. And for me, that's usually in this area. I play here quite a lot. That's another good way to tell. If the hairs are breaking a ton, then get a rehair then too. Now, when is a time when you might not want to rehair your bow? There's almost no time when you would not want to rehair your bow, unless, of course, you've just rehaired it. So here's when you might not want to rehair your bow is if you have a $50 bow, for instance. For one, a lot of those really cheap bows can't be rehaired. But also, the rehair, usually at $75, if you have a $50 bow, is it worth rehairing that bow for $75? Maybe. If you're going to keep using that bow, then why not rehair it? Because why throw it in a landfill and then have another one made and just keep doing that? You could rehair the bow if you're going to keep it. But a better idea, possibly, depending on your situation, would be to take that $75 it would cost to rehair the bow and go ahead and, if you can, use that toward upgrading to a better bow. That better bow is going to come with brand new bow hair on it. And that's a good way for you to work on trading up. You could always give the old one away to someone who doesn't care if there's good bow hair, keep it as a spare, whatever. So that's how you know. By the way, I have a class coming up, Licks That Changed Everything, and we're going to be doing all kinds of tasteless stuff and tasteful stuff, and depending on the situation, a tasteless lick can be tasteful, and the other way around. It's not going to just be the stuff that I cover on this channel, and for people who have taken private lessons with me, it's not going to just be the stuff that you already know. I'm bringing in a whole lot of new repertoire, both for you and for me, because I like to expand my horizons as well. We're going to cover licks and concepts that changed everything about my understanding of the fiddle. And we're also going to cover licks and concepts that change the way that fiddle playing has been done, things that legendary players played. And we're going to cover things from contemporary artists as well to give you a solid lick repertoire in the keys of A, B, and E. So I hope you'll sign up and check it out. It's going to be on Mondays. It starts the 23rd of January. It'll all be recorded, so if you can't make it to one or even all of the sessions, you're going to get videos of the sessions, all the PDFs, and all course materials that I make along the way too, because sometimes I'll make some extra little things when students request it, and you'll be able to ask questions as well before each session, and I will answer all of your questions. So I hope you'll check that out and learn some cool licks. Bunch of cool double stops, all kinds of stuff. If you are new to this channel, then subscribe. And a lot of you, I think it's about 80% of my viewers are not subscribed. So it's something you can do real quick to support the channel that's totally free. Click that subscribe button, click the like button, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything. If you're watching on Facebook, then Make sure to like this video, share with your friends, and follow this page. So I hope I'll see you at the workshop. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. If you sign up by Monday the 16th, then you can get early bird pricing. So make sure to sign up then, and I will see you all on the 23rd. And of course, I will see you in the next video. Bye.